All right, guys. So let's go this way. We got this Ram 1500. Looks like somebody about to do a complete diff assembly. Who knows what happened, guys? Well, who knows? I don't know. Backlash could be unadjustable. I don't know. I'm gonna dig in his ear when he get here tomorrow. Because for the most part, pretty much differentials can be reset, rebuilt with all bearings. Okay, it depends on what the conditions of the pinion seals or the pinions and backlash, the ring gear. It depends on the actual gears now, and depending on the sound that it was giving out. So all of them. In other words, there's a stopping point. You know, how far do you go? How much? Everybody has their own little personal threshold per se on how far they go with a differential. Okay, if you grab the ring gear and you can pretty much move it up and the backlash is that far off, I'm not sure if it's worth trying to get back into trying to get the adjustment back into specs. Okay, so depends on his threshold. I don't know what his tolerance is. That the right word I'm using? But you can see it was leaking real bad. All right, you can see he got the whole axle assembly out. But I guess when he got in it, found some damage, and then decided it was too risky. Yeah, he decided it was too risky, guys. That happens. All right, so when that happens, try not to. You can't put the. You know, we all have a different threshold when it comes to our own personal customer or our own personal cars. Yeah, but when we're dealing with the company and the company's customer, we gotta keep them in mind when that happens. So I don't know, but let me go over here to my neck. Let me show y'all what I got going on. And I'm kind of upset. This is the little Avenger we got pushed in. But I was actually able to drive it in because I was actually able to get it in the gear. I had to get somebody to manually come out here and pull me into gear. What happened is it was a no start. Guys, y'all know you cannot start a car if it's in neutral or park. Or neutral. No, you cannot start a car if it's in gear, drive. And I'm not talking about manual. I'm talking about if the gear selector thinks the car is in gear, or the transmission range sensor sees the car in gear, because it's all going by the transmission range sensor. The range sensor tells the computer what gear the car in. If that range sensor is telling the computer the car is in drive, any kind of drive gear or reverse gear, you get no crank, guys. That's when an interruption to the starter relay happens. No, it don't per se interrupt the starter relay. It tells the computer the car in gear, and then the computer will not relay that ground signal to the starter relay to allow starting. That's a safety feature put in place. Safety feature, okay? But let me get back to my story, what I'm trying to say. All right, guys. Yes, this happens a lot. Y'all see this? Okay, I got it off right now, but let me show y'all the end piece to that, the bushings. All right. Here's the one come off the car. I took it off. Guys, you see that? It's just a bushing. Oh my goodness. I hate when I have to do work for nothing. Okay, parts can't get me a bushing. I went to Advanced Auto, my favorite spot. I'd buy it personally. It wasn't $4 or $5. You know, I mean, you can. Now here's the thing what people get wrong about dealerships or any kind of shop in particular. You can find a delicate way to charge for fixing this, or you can name it a delicate title for fixing this shifter as opposed to replacing it. Here's a new shifter. They got me a new shifter, man. All I need, guys, is a freaking bushing. Oh my God. Now I got to go. Now I'm getting compensated. I'm getting paid for it. I just hate doing work, physical work that could be avoided. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the shifter cable. It's just the bushing on the end. This piece right here. Okay. Here's the piece that come off the car. The bushing is shot, so it jumps off. Like I say, you can get these from parts store. I'm gonna put in the link. They was out. I went up there to get one. I was gonna buy it myself and just charge accordingly. But customer need their car that bad, so bad. Okay, so they end up selling me a complete shifter cable. Now, guys, look at this. both of these bushings are the same. This end here goes to the actual shifter, and this end goes to the actual transmission. They the same bushing. All right, so technically what I can do, I got to replace this anyway. What I can do is order me 2 bushings. I have a complete cable assembly. Or better yet, I can just order me a bushing and repair this and have this set aside for the next one. Okay, none of my spare, I got a lot of spare. None of these work, guys. I went to my stash. Yes, I could have easily, if this was the same length, I could have easily set this in the place of that, and everything would have been fine. But none of these are the same length as this one. All right, so like I say, none of these will work. So moral of the story is I got to replace a shifter cable that there's nothing wrong with. As far as the shifter being able to move from gear to gear, that part works. It's just the bushing piece broke. $5-10 bushing for a whole $100 shifter. Okay, now guys, y'all remember this head? Yes, I'm hanging on to this. It's the head that I took off the Journey. Remember that? The head I put on was a used head, and it had camshafts and everything on it. Okay, so this is the one we had Miss Fry cylinder 2, guys. We gonna oh, look at that, guys. Oh, I can see that problem right here. I ain't gotta do nothing. Lay this down, guys. This head is garbage, so don't panic just because I'm landing on it. Some people can't stand to see me have parts on the ground. This head would never be used again. But look, you can see that, guys. Yeah, that's a burnt valve. That's one of those where the seat will get hot and crack. And also they updated the head, guys. I guess they call it a flaw. Okay, they had some problems with the seats. So between 2011 2013, all the new heads from now on have better seats and better valve guides. So yes, that exhaust valve is burnt, and you can see a crack right there. But I want to do a whole video on this and I actually want to know, will I be able to reseal this up? Guys, here's what I'm gonna do for you guys, and I just have to put it in the budget. I'm gonna purchase a brand new exhaust valve. Well, I have no way. I'm not a machinist, so if the problem is the seat, replacing the valve is not gonna help with the worn out or cracked seat, because remember, the seat overheated. Okay, so, and that's what caused this in the first place. At least that's what I've been told from engineers. That's what's going on. The valve seats get hot, they may crack, and they may end up with this. All right, so I gotta do some more reading on that. But as far as repair, I'm gonna find out. We're gonna take this head apart on a separate video. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so yes, I don't need any of that. Remember, guys, rocker arm caps live with the head. All right, so don't never swap caps. Make sure caps, they're numbered, guys. You can't put this on another head. Well, you shouldn't, rather. These are, you can't get them wrong. See that 4E? This is the 4th rocker, and E stands for exhaust. The other one may say I, 4I, intake. All right, so you can't get them wrong. You can go, but my point is the rocker caps live with the head. Okay, so, but I don't care nothing about this head is garbage because of this. But we're gonna do a whole nother video showing you guys what happened and what's wrong. I probably just told you already, but we're gonna do another video anyway, guys. That's all I have, guys. Nosy 30, I guess you can call that this. Most of it's my work, so I'm not really being nosy then, technically. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. That's all I have. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.